Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. We're going to talk about the latest crypto news, the latest on Bitcoin XRP, and all the latest movements in altcoins, which, as Sunday, not that much is going on. But I really appreciate you that you are joining me this Sunday morning. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smashity smash that like button and let's get into it. So currently, XRP is sitting at $2.28, flat on the day. Bitcoin holding 100,000, still 101,894. Ethereum up about 0.5%, 3,500. Solana up about 0.6%. The assets that have been, really hot lately, like Zcash, took a big dip, but has recovered. So again, I warned about the possibility of pullbacks, and that is something that is still on the table. We'll see. ICP also with the pullback there. So assets that have been hot are seeing a little bit of pullback, and you can see if we go and we look at the bubbles, the ones that were going, bananas on Friday, pulling back a little bit. This is part of the game. This is why on Friday it was like, whoa, shwaya, shwaya, slowly, or little, something like that. It translates because we don't know what's going to happen. We've seen this, time before, and I know that it gets annoying. I know that it gets hard. I know that it gets frustrating. The market right now is very frustrating. It's very frustrating to be in the crypto market right now. Moreover, because the stock market has been doing so great recently, and we've seen all these AI stocks and tech stocks that have gone, on banana runs, whereas the crypto market, which is supposed to be like where, we were hoping October and November and all that to happen, and it didn't, right? You're seeing like stock channels right now on YouTube just go bananas, right? Because people are more interested right now in stocks than they are in crypto, because people are interested when things are, going up. That's just how it is, right? There's nothing we can do about it. But the truth, the matter is that when things are, in FOMO, that's usually when people, get caught. And when things are looking boring and nobody's interested, those are usually the times that people don't want to be in the market, but that's when they should be in the market, right? Theoretically. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. This is just my opinions, what I think, what I feel, educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. You have to decide what you're going to do in this market. Some people might be doing X, some people might be doing Z. Again, it's up to you to decide what you want to do in this market. Now, because you're watching this video, I know that you are still interested in XRP, in the crypto market, in altcoins, but many people are just not really interested right now because of what's happened. I don't think it's because of 10 to 10. Like, I think people, yes, got hurt on that day, but I don't know how many of my viewers were actually significantly levered up. Yeah, yes, there are. I'm not saying there weren't, but I feel like the viewership here isn't that. Or maybe it's just the commenters, and the commenters are just, feels to me that many commenters are beginners in the crypto market. That's just how it feels sometimes. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base just from the comments. It's hard to get through the spam comments, by the way. Ay. It's so annoying, these spam comments. They change the string every single day, and you delete it, and then it comes back. You delete 200 comments, and then 10 seconds later they post another 200 comments. So it's just, it's you can't do anything with it. And I try to, you don't even know how many get, blocked, right? Maybe 500 every single video, but still a lot come through. So I know it's people don't like it, but it is what it is. And there is the whole situation with people going on vacation right now, vacation that they didn't plan. It's not just, by the way, I saw like channels that were doing other topics, not just crypto. So YouTube is changing. I talked about the Telegram group. If you're interested, I'm thinking about making some changes there. I'll let you know by tomorrow. I have to talk to somebody and figure out what's the best to do there, because I don't want people coming into the Telegram group. And a lot of you are saying, I don't use Telegram because that's where all the shenanigans happen. And I get that. In the US, it's not that popular, but a lot of the crypto stuff happens there. So if you are really, interested in crypto and you want to be serious about it, that's one of the things that you might have to consider, that you're going to need. But people were in the comment section saying, yes, I want to join. And then, there was a lot of comments against it. So I'm kind of confused about that right now. I'll give you an update. I think tomorrow I'll make my decision about it. Because I really want to give another outlet, another place where it can just, sometimes the content has to be in a certain format, in a certain way, which people expect. And I want to give also different stuff. And I don't know if it needs to be in a different channel or in that group. So we'll see. Okay. So right now the market is Sunday, chilling. Remember last week we were feeling good on Sunday, and then Monday we had that big sell-off. Monday, Tuesday was big sell-off. So like see here, we were coming up a little bit. So we'll see what happens and how this plays out. The kind of double bottom George W didn't play out really nice. So again, technical analysis or things that we see, or head and shoulders or pregnant ladies or whatever you see. I don't know. You can see all kinds of things in my W. People that what you can see. If that was true, then everybody would be, the top trader in the world. But it doesn't work every single time. Technical analysis, and that's important to remember as well. Okay. Every trade is, you're taking a risk. Okay. So you have to remember that, and be careful and know the risks and know the rewards of every single thing that you do in the crypto market. Okay. It's very volatile. Okay. So we are, though, back into the oversold zone, right? And if we go and we look at the fear, we're basically at lowest levels. We're at fear. Oh, by the way, we do still have the promotion going on with you can get that XRP, and you can sign up with the link in the description down below. And it's also for people that already have sign up, so you can be part of that competition. It's going till the end of the month, and we're going to raffle out one winner. So link is in the description down below. Again, please trade responsibly. So Bitcoin is back in the oversold zone. The 90-day realized price gradient oscillator is now at minus 1.27. That means that Bitcoin has moved well below its short-term cost basis. Historically, when this metric drops below 1, it is marked the late stage of a correction or the start of a local bottom. Last two times this happened, Bitcoin bounced from 82 to 110 and later from 108 to 124. We're back in that zone again. This is not guarantee a bottom, but this setup is similar. Prices stretch to the downside, sellers are slowing, and past data shows this is where reversals often start. So again, things can happen and things can shift, right? People say, hey, call me delusional, but none of the 30 bull market peak indicators have flashed. Now, listen, indicators give us a prospect, just like technical analysis. But when there's 30 of them and none of them right, turned on, basically, or were activated, then one tends to think, hey, maybe we really didn't hit the cycle peak, even though it was supposed to hit on that day. And it for Bitcoin, that was the peak, right? The day that it was supposed to peak so far, right? So there's still things that concern me, like the gap down to 90,000, which I'm going to continue to remind us about, so we don't forget that there is still that possibility that we see another 10-15% pullback from here. That right now it's about 12, right? That would not surprise me. And actually, we're right now would be maybe the best place for that to happen, instead of us rising back and then pulling back again and that happening, because I think that would turn a lot of people sour, right, on the crypto market if that happens again. Okay, so we'll see how this week plays out. There's still a lot of catalyst for XRP. We still have. I don't know if I should share this, but someone wrote me an email and said that, hey, I'm talking from this agency, and we want to like do a promotion, right, on the one of the XRP ETFs that's about to come out. And I'm very cautious because I don't know if it's real or imposters. By the way, I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to do anything. Those are imposters. If you see an imposter, contact me on my official Twitter account, my X account, and then I'll take care of that. But anyway, I wrote back and I'm like, hey, I'm not sure. They haven't responded yet. But it seems like, according to them, that we're getting closer and closer to an XRP ETF coming to light. Maybe they're trying to fool me. I don't know, but that's still on the table. We're getting closer and closer for that potentially happening. We have also all the bank charters and the Fed skinny master account that Ripple potentially can receive. We have, of course, the government shutdown that is potentially going to come to an end here. You can see senators are being told to stay in DC until shutdown deal gets done. No recess, no flying home for the weekend. They have to stick around and figure this out. So it seems that might get solved this week. We'll see. And then, of course, we have next month. We have the Fed. And if we do get the government shutdown to end, then we're going to get a lot of financial data that, again, can wreck the market. So these are things that we need to be ready for. We need to take into consideration that can also cause volatility in the markets. Okay, so we need to know that and take that into consideration. Okay, very, very important. And listen, when you have a president, again, that is very, very pro crypto and says, I will sign crypto legislation. I will sign the Clarity Act once that comes, if it gets passed. That's the one that the one before the Genius Act was more stablecoin related, and the Clarity Act is more altcoin related, right? It gives us more definition. It gives us more clarity about what potentially you can and you cannot do. And I think a lot of big money is still sitting on the sidelines waiting for that to pass so they know what are their guidelines, right? Many big firms are like, hey, if we're not 100% sure what happens here, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I report that? How do I, right? If it's not clear to them 100%, they're like, hey, I don't want to get into that right now. Later, when it's more clear, then we potentially can do that. A lot of companies are doing that, but interestingly, you haven't heard recently a lot of headlines regarding this company added Bitcoin to their treasury or Ethereum to their treasury or XRP to their treasury. That hasn't come up a lot lately. I'm wondering, because maybe the market has slowed down a little bit, maybe after October 10th, that's something that might be on pause for many companies, because you think towards the end of the year, there might be a lot of announcements like that, because companies have a tendency to have extra money towards the end of the year, money that was not used, and they want to use it as expenses or things like that to balance books. So that will be very interesting to see if we get any announcements like that in the next coming weeks, and we'll see how that played out. Don't forget to check out the links in the description down below to the email list and to my X account. Follow me there. You can drop a comment, 8 for Infinity and beyond, or super chat. That also is appreciated. It helps support the channel. The easiest way is to just smash that like button. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.